welcome back to my YouTube channel. So it is another law of attraction video, you guys' favourites, and guess what? I have my hair straight again. It wasn't a coincidence, well, it probably was a coincidence. I just felt like having straight hair today because it's really warm outside and really sunny, so plus I woke up late, so had to get ready in a rush. But I do like it straight, I think it looks good. So it seems like all my law of attraction videos I'm doing with straight hair now. So it also feels like forever since I've done a sit down video. This is my first one in a couple of weeks, so it feels weird to be sat down with my setting again, but I'm happy to be doing it and happy to be doing a law of attraction video. So if you're new to these videos, I have about 9 other videos in my law of attraction series now, so make sure to check them out, otherwise this may not make sense. And there's lots of other videos out there which explain a lot of what I'll talk about a bit better, and we'll talk about the law of attraction in more depth. So today I wanted to cover numerology. Haven't really spoken about numerology massively on my channel or in my videos. So since I got this book, I thought it was the right time to explain a couple of things and explain why numbers might be coming at you from all directions. So I started seeing numbers appearing in my life massively when I started reading Rhonda Byrne's The Magic, and when I started my sort of like spiritual awakening. I saw numbers all the freaking time. I always had like lucky numbers throughout my life. Like I would say I really liked the number 7, I really liked the number 3. So I did have like lucky numbers which I always kind of stuck to, but I never really knew about numerology. I never really understood why numbers would appear or what numbers meant or that they were even appearing. But when you get into this alignment and when you get into this like high vibration, you cannot miss these numbers. Like these numbers just draw themselves to you. Like I literally had it in one of my videos, didn't I? When I was talking about law of attraction, and I suddenly looked at this box, like I was forced to look at this box and saw like a massive number on there I'd been looking for ages. So like numbers will just throw themselves at you. Like sometimes people will just come up and say numbers to me and I'm like, oh wow, that's freaky. And you just think like, to a normal person that would look crazy that someone's just come up and said like the number 3 to you. Whereas I'm like, thanks universe, thanks, because I know what it means. I'm used to seeing them now. So when I first started my journey, I started seeing the number 9 absolutely everywhere. My house number's number 9, which I never actually realised until like, I never thought it was really made sense until I found out the real meaning behind number 9. I would literally see it everywhere. Like my clock would stop in my kitchen at 9. I think it actually stopped at 9:11 if I'm honest, but I'm not sure. I know it's definitely at 9 it stopped. I would just see the number 9 absolutely everywhere. Like it would haunt me, kind of. It would stalk me. And I was like, what the hell? Like, what is this? So I looked it up online and it meant endings, like literally endings, like your cycles coming to a close, and basically the ending of your like 9-year cycle. So we all have these 9-year cycles. So I'm in my 3rd year now, I think, which makes sense because my last 9-year cycle ended when I broke up from my last ex-boyfriend. So yeah, I didn't have a 9-year cycle end last year. I don't know why I said that. But yeah, but 9 basically means endings, like things coming to a close, like the truth coming out, and like basically being signed, sealed and delivered, a book closed kind of thing. So that made a lot of sense to my situation obviously at the time, because my relationship had just ended. My whole life, that whole life I lived ended kind of, because I certainly don't live like how I used to at all. I don't have any of the friends I used to have. Literally, I think the only thing that stayed the same is obviously my family and this house. But yeah, it was literally the ending of so many things. And obviously my businesses, I still have them, thank God, like thank you. A lot of things came to an end in my life. So the reason why I was seeing number 9 suddenly made like so much sense. And it was kind of just a reassuring sign from the universe of saying like, hey, like things are coming to an end, but guess what, it's gonna get better. So throughout my life I've always been drawn to the number 3, just like subconsciously I guess. I've always liked the number 3. I probably shouldn't say this, but like all my old pins and like old passwords and stuff used to have 363 in. So I've always loved double 3, 33, and I've always loved like multiples of 3s, like 6, 9. So 3 has always been a massive number for me, but I'm going to cover why that was freaky when I had this reading later on. So I started seeing, so I saw 9 for a very long time, and it was only really when that door had like fully shut on my life to do with that situation that I started, like, other numbers started coming through. So I started seeing 3 a lot more, which was more to do with like my life path. And like number 3 basically means like, you know, the universe is like supporting you, the ascended masters are supporting you, like you're receiving guidance, you're receiving intuition, and basically that you're like awakening to your purpose of being here on this earth. So I think that definitely made sense to that point in my life, and it still really does make sense because I see it all the time. I then started seeing 9/11. Now I see 9/11 every single day. It's like clockwork. It's literally, if I'm not looking at my, because basically in the morning I always like do my admin and I do my emails, so I'm not actually really looking at the time specifically, but like I always, like, a notification will come up and it's 9/11, or I get a text and it's 9/11, and every single day without fail something will come through at 9/11 and it will make me realize that it's 9/11. And it's quite weird because I'm like, 9/11 is quite a weird number. It's not like 333 or like 11/11, it's 9/11. It's a bit weird. So once I looked at that number, it meant light workers. It's reminding you of your path and like why you're here on this earth and your mission, and it also signifies a new chapter in your life. So yeah, I would say the last sort of 8 months, 9 months have been a real big new chapter in my life. So I think it is just like assisting me through this transition stage, I guess. And just reminds me, I think it is a reminder of like why I'm here, because I see it every day and it's like, why are you here? And it's like, oh yeah, to like help people and inspire people. And so I think it does definitely remind me of why I'm here, and it's quite a nice comforting thing to know that the universe is giving you these signs like every day. So another number I see a lot, which I actually think I saw before 9/11, was 1111. So that's 4 ones, but I see them as 2 ones, 3 ones, and 4 ones. So basically, again, as soon as it's 11:11, a notification will come through. I'll look at my phone, I'll look at the time, something will happen, and I'm like, oh, it's 11:11. A lot of people, like, this is probably the most common number that people see. Like, they'll see it on the clocks, they'll see it as time, or they'll see it like on number registrations. Like, I see them a lot on cars and stuff because it's so weird, like how these numbers like come to you. 1111, a lot of people see it. It's quite common. I think it's probably one of the biggest numbers people see when they're like being summoned by the universe, when the universe is like, hey, this is what I am. Are you gonna like wake up and enlighten yourself, or what you gonna do? So I feel like it is like a wake up call, definitely, and it like shows you that you're on the right path, that you're answering your calling in life, and it's also a sign that your manifestations are coming into fruition. So I would say I see 9/11 more than I see 11/11. I don't get 11/11 every single day, but again, it's just really reassuring. And I think like a lot of people who do the law of attraction and spirituality can agree that just seeing these little signs are really reassuring, because you're like, yes, I'm on the right path. Yes, it's all coming together nicely, and like, you know, it's just like a little message, I guess. So a couple of months ago, I had a numerology reading because basically my friend at the time was just like, you need to have this done, it would change your life. And I didn't really think it would, if I'm honest, because I have had psychic readings before and I'm going to cover them in a different video. So it felt weird to think that I was going to have someone who isn't a psychic, who is literally just a normal human being, tell me my numbers. Like, I didn't realize I had numbers, do you know what I mean? So it was quite odd, but it was worth every single penny. Like, it has changed my life just knowing my numbers, funnily enough. So I got this book from the works 2 weeks ago now, actually, and it is Numerology by Anne Christie, and it was only £2, which is like bargain. The works have so many law of attraction books on offer. I post them on my Twitter, on my Snapchat, on my Instagram, but if you don't follow any of those channels, get yourself down to the works, because they have so many great books and they're like £2, and they have like the magic in there, they have the Secret Change My Life in there at the moment, so they are so worth getting. So I picked up this numerology book because it just really intrigued me. me. And although I'd already had this reading, I wanted to sort of learn a bit more about numbers, why we see them, and like the kind of history behind numerology as well, because I didn't really know much about numbers, like where they've come from or like what they mean. So when I read this book, it does explain a lot about numbers, what they mean, the kind of like meaning behind them, why you would see them, etc. But also in here is a numerology reading, so it is exactly what I've had done. So I would suggest, if you, when I talk about what this reading said, if you want to do that on yourself, obviously you won't have like a really in-depth reading like I did, but it will give you the tools to help work out your numbers, your life path numbers, and the numbers you need to follow, etc. So this is a great book. It also explains like a lot about like how numbers came about, and like how basically numbers benefit you and what your numbers mean to you and how they influence your life. So a great read, like I've been loving this. So before Christmas I had a numerology reading, like I said. I will link the lady's details down below just in case any of you guys want to have it done as well. I absolutely loved it, and like I said, it's not like a psychic reading. Like, she doesn't claim to have any like magical powers. She literally just tells you what your numbers are by working out like your full name, the time you were born, and blah 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 blah, your date of birth. So it's not anything psychic-y or predict, like she can't predict the future basically. She just tells you what your numbers are and what they signify. But what was weird is, although I knew all of that, and like I kind of went in just expecting like, here's your numbers there, she actually described my life and my future and me down to a T, having never met me, not knowing what I do, and by just reading my numbers. Like, it was so absurd. And I remember sat there like, are you sure you're not psychic? Because literally, like, because obviously I've had psychic readings and like I know what I'm gonna do in my life. I've been told by like afterwards by the psychic who I always go to what's gonna happen in my life, and then for a completely like third party who isn't even claiming to know the future, my numbers are telling me what's going to happen in my life. It's so bizarre. So she started off by asking me for like my full name, my date of birth, and the time I was born, so she could work out like my numbers and stuff. So surprise, surprise, when she told me my life path number was 33, everything just clicked. I was like, shit, it totally is. Like, I see 3 all the time. Like I said, I had 363 in like my usernames and like my old pin and stuff. Like 33 has literally been in my life since I can remember. Like, it always has been. So when she said it, it was really odd. When she was telling me my numbers, it was like I knew them. It was like I'd had like a memory and it was suddenly unlocked, and I was like, oh yeah, of course my numbers are, even though I'd never heard this before and had never done these like workings out or calculations before. It was kind of like old knowledge had just been unlocked, and I was like, yeah, I knew that, like this feels right. And it was like, oh yeah, this is my numbers. And I was like, that was weird. Like, that felt really weird. So my life path number is 33. It's a master healer number. So basically, like, just to make this even weirder, she said to me that she's only ever come across one other 33 in her lifetime. And basically the number, like, if your life path is the number 33, like, you're really special. And I was like, stop. Like, I was like, okay, where are we going with this? So yeah, she said that basically she'd read another 33 person like ages ago, and like they're really, really successful. Like, they basically help people enlighten themselves, and like they're really successful. So I could be the next Tony Robbins, guys. That would be amazing. Like, that would be the dream. So when she said that, I was like, this is weird. Like, someone's telling me that I'm really special. Like, it's not just my mum telling me that. So yeah, she said that I'm a master healer, and basically the reason why, and like, this is weird, she had no idea what I do, my history, nothing. And she was like, the reason why really dramatic events have happened in your life at such a young age is because you're meant to grow and transform into the person you are now to inspire others and to teach others. So I was like, well, that would explain why I've had a shitty 5 years. So apparently, like, by me overcoming my life lessons, it's going to help so many other people, which is why I have my couponing page to help people get out of debt. It's why I have this YouTube channel to help motivate and inspire people with the law of attraction, with business, with like, you know, women empowerment as well. So all of this just totally made sense to me. She said that my 2 master numbers were 11 and 22, so good old 11, and 2, yeah, I forgot to mention 2 is quite a big number in my life as well. So then she said, like, I've literally just written like bullet point notes, so none of this makes sense now. So basically I'm meant to help, heal and transform people. I'm creative. I do a lot for charity. And I have my aura or something is gold. Like I sparkle with a gold color. Now, rose gold, yes, but gold is also a good color. Like I will sparkle with gold. So I've just written like words, and I don't know why I've written words. So apparently I think what I'm describing is what the number 33 is. So I speak the truth. I'm unapologetically me. I'm a natural teacher, which I do agree with. I never ever thought I was a natural teacher, but like I've gone into 2 schools in the last month and done presentations for Careers Day, and I'm actually quite good at it. Like I'm actually quite good, but I think I'm a better public speaker. I don't think I could physically like teach a class of like students, but I think like doing public speaking and like teaching people like in these videos, I think I can do. Well, I know I can do. And then, oh God, what is this? Right, my destiny number is number 5, and that's leadership, freedom in everything I do, lots of change, natural messengers. So we're good at like delivering messages and like delivering information, which I think, yeah, I am pretty good at that. And storytellers. So I think that's just come with my experience from my YouTube channel of being able to like, you know, talk about my life, talk about my experiences and help people. I have good financial freedom and creating a life of no limits. Yes. My soul desire number is number 2. So I have the natural ability to heal and love people, genuine, I can't read any of this, counseling role, learning to be valued, self-care, putting myself first. Oh, I need to put myself first. I'm used to giving and like people take advantage of it, which is very true. I need to learn how to say no. I want a partnership, definitely. I'm intuitive, definitely, and supportive, definitely. My personality number is number 3, so entertainers, good sense of humour, definitely. Uplifting, definitely, and let down guards. I do let my guards down quite easily to people, but I need to learn not to do that. Maturity number is number 11. So it means I'm a light worker. I flow into people's lives. Now this is really interesting because I was saying the other day to my friend how I keep delivering people to their soulmates. It's really weird. So I'm talking about relationships and friendships. Like ever since my ex and stuff, I keep delivering men to their wives. And I'm like, what about me? Where's my husband? And like with my friends as well, like a lot of friends will come into my life, meet their partners and go, and it's really odd because I'm like, God, I'm just like a deliverer. I'm basically like a courier to people finding their husbands. Where's mine? So like that totally makes sense to me. It's really odd. Like all of this just makes sense, and I'm like, this woman doesn't even know me. She's literally reading numbers. I'm here for bigger things, more than I can ever imagine. And like this is why I thought she was psychic, because my psychic keeps saying this to me. She's like, you're here for things like you can't even imagine. She was like, what you've imagined you're here for, amplify it by 10. And I'm like, whoa, that's weird to hear, because it's good to hear, but it's like also scary because I'm like, what am I gonna be? So this is weird to hear it on numerology as well, because like I said, this woman can't tell the future, but numbers are telling her that I am here for like bigger things than I've ever imagined. So let's watch this video back in 20 years when I'm like the female Tony Robbins. I'm an inspirational teacher and living with honesty. So then at the end of my reading, so once I found out like my actual numbers for each like destiny number, life number, blah blah blah, she then went on to talk about my projection for 2017. So obviously I had this in 2016, and and she said that I'm going to be shooting forward, which again my psychic said, like shooting forward massively. Everything's going to speed up and go really, really, really quickly. I'm going to be organising a lot of events. Just had a meetup. Public speaking. I've spoken at 2 schools like in the last month. I obviously did public speaking at my own event, and I'm booked in to do public speaking events as well. How does she know this? It's numbers. Okay. And like, this is the best bit. So she started to say, what do you do as a career? 'Cause she was like, she was like, a lot of this is to do with like online, like what I'm telling you. And I was like, well, I do obviously YouTube and stuff. So she was saying that I need to put more focus into my YouTube, which like I haven't read this list since December, and I've just started doing 2 YouTube videos a week. So I am putting more focus into YouTube, focus on where I want to go. So this year is perfect for me writing a book. Remember this video is all I'm gonna say. And maintaining a high vibration and being happy. She then suggested to light some white sage and stuff, and like helped me with like some little ways of how to like let go of negativity and let go of old emotions and stuff. But literally, like, so we did like a little meditation practice as well in this reading, and it was just incredible. I literally felt amazing afterwards. So I literally think that was probably one of the best readings I've ever had, and it wasn't even a psychic reading, it was just a woman reading my bloody numbers. And she told me more about myself than I think I thought I knew. So crazy. So obviously, like, after finding out the number 33 was my life number, it obviously made a lot of sense to me because I've seen it throughout my life and I felt very connected to it. So I've actually got the number 33 tattooed on me because I love it that much and I feel supported, and like everybody who's seen it is like, it literally looks like it's been there your entire life. And I was like, I know, I feel the same. So like I said, if you want to get in touch with the lady who did this reading on me, I'll put her details in the description box down below because I really, really recommend it. Obviously it costs money, so only do it like if you want to, obviously, but I really, 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 really recommend it. It has like opened up a whole new avenue for me. It's made me understand why numbers are so drawn to me, and it helps me understand maybe my life purpose a bit more and why I'm here, and helps me to understand like the kind of messages and numbers I have been receiving. So a good place to start would definitely be grabbing the book from the works. It's only £2, and like I said, all the like numbers I've just been through, like destiny number, life number, that you can all work them out in here yourself, so you don't have to have that reading done. Obviously the reading I had done was very in-depth and went into a lot of detail, so for me I preferred that. But obviously if you just want to find out your numbers, you can do it in the book. But yeah, I would love to know what numbers you guys see, if you've had similar experiences or like your experiences with numbers. I would love to know, and I'm sure like everybody watching would love to know as well. So please leave a comment in the comments box down below and let us all know. So I hope this video has helped you. I hope it's inspired you. It's a little bit different. It's not massively linked to the law of attraction, but it certainly helps me in manifesting, and it certainly helps me understand my spiritual journey a bit more. So thank you for watching my video. I appreciate all your views and likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again soon. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and leave me a comment in the comments box down below. I reply to all of them, and I will see you in my next video, which will be on Tuesday and then Friday. Lots of love, guys.